guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Kristen, and today we're going to grab some Dollar Tree crates and make some really fun decor. So for this first one, I'm actually going to be using 12 of these. Now Dollar Tree makes a couple different sizes and looks of the crates. I'm going to go ahead and use the nutmeg brown, and this is in the apple barrel acrylic paint, and then I'm going to add some water to make my own stain. I would have loved to just actually stain these with real stain, but it's still pretty chilly out, and it was actually snowing this day in March, of course, of all times. So I just had to make my own faux stain. I really like the dark walnut color, and that is by like the Minwax brand. It's one of my favorite colors, but we're going to go ahead faux stain it. I'm just going to take some hot glue. I'm going to hold these down for a couple seconds just to make sure that there's no cracks, and I swear no matter what kind of crates you buy, they will not all be the same. It's just how it is. Like I made sure that these were the exact ones and that they were all even, and some of them still did not turn out perfectly square. All right, I just glued 4 of them together, and I'm going to be doing this 3 more times. 2 more times. 3 times total. And once I had my 3 rows of 4 all glued together, I'm going to go ahead and line these up as much as possible. I am squishing and like holding the wood down. You could use clamps, but I didn't really find it necessary because this glue dries so quickly, especially when you're using hot glue. You could use wood glue, but honestly, I think the Gorilla Glue sticks work amazing when it comes to the wood, so that's just what I went ahead and used. Once those are all glued together, I have these pieces of wood here. Now, my husband ended up cutting these out for me just with some basswood. It's like 3mm basswood, but you can just grab painter sticks if they have the longer ones and use those. I had painter sticks and they weren't long enough, so I just had him kind of do the exact same size as a painter stick. So that would work just fine, or you could use a couple different painter sticks if you don't have any sort of tools. Now I'm just using these little pull tabs. I thought these were really cute. These are from Amazon, and I'm just using this really cool like screwdriver set that is from Dollar Tree, and it works great. Has a bunch of different like screwdriver heads, and it's just kind of a cool thing to have in your craft stash. I'm also using these like little corner pieces and these little feet. These are all from Amazon. I've had them for so many years. I bought them thinking they were cool, never used them. I'm also going to go ahead and dry brush with this color Truffle just a little bit. And then here you have it, just a really fun decor piece. Now you got to keep in mind that these crates are not very large, so they don't hold a lot of big things, but I did find some really cute like little garden fairy things at Dollar General, and threw some greenery in and some beaded garlands, and I just think this turned out so cute. For this DIY, I'm using the color Elephant, and this is by Waverly Chalk Paint, and 2 of the crates. So you saw the first ones that I did, they did not have the enclosed area, so they did have those cracks that you do have to paint through. I do really like these ones, but I can't find a ton of those crates. Like they're really like far and few, but I can find like hundreds of the other ones, so that's why I just went kind of with a bunch of different crate ideas. These are the painter sticks that I did end up tracing out and using for the other ones just as kind of a guide, and I'm actually going to be using painter sticks for this one. I'm actually painting our house, or some parts of our house, but I think I'm always painting something in our house, whether it's a wall or a bedroom. There's just always a lot of painting going on. I'm also going to be using a wooden dowel, and then I'm using these miter shears to cut the painter sticks because obviously these end up being way too long for what I wanted to do with them. Grabbing some hot glue, we're going to be adding those painter sticks to each side because we're going to be making like a really cute little caddy. I did glue the 2 crates together, and then now I'm just going to be adding all the fun little things to go along with this. The wooden dowel I cut to size, and then I had this really cute market sign that was from Dollar General last year, and decided just to stick it right on the front of this, and I think this is the cutest thing. You could add greenery, flowers, whatever you choose to this. You can honestly end up putting it outside and adding some candles, or even those really cute like solar lights. You could always add those to this too, but for now it's inside. sadly, I cannot do any fun stuff outside yet just because it is way too cold. I'm just going to be using one crate and this Birdhouse. This is originally from Dollar General, and I don't think anyone ever buys these through the whole season. So if you just wait for them to go on clearance, they end up being either 50% off or sometimes even like 90% off. I think I got a lot of these for only a quarter or 10 cents. It was super inexpensive. I bought a bunch and now I'm on my last couple, thankfully. I've really gone through a lot in my craft stash. So I did end up sanding this down just a little bit because it does have that paper on it, which always seems to peel when you paint. So sanding it down did help quite a bit. Now I'm just going to be painting the crate white. I use chalk paint because it only needs one good coat of this. And on this day, I was full of dry brushing. So I'm going to go ahead and dry brush this with some black chalk paint, and I get my black chalk paint from Dollar General. It's only $3 for a bottle, and it's normally like $8 or $9 for the Waverly chalk paint now. So I just go ahead and I like the black chalk paint from Dollar General. The other colors, not so much, but black, it works amazing. Now I just put the roof back on, and this chicken, I got this from Chalkateur and just made it quite a while ago, so I thought I would just add it to some decor. Now I'm just gluing the birdhouse inside the crate, and then I just added some greenery to this. I went ahead and used some lamb's ear, and then I just think this is adorable. This will fit my decor perfectly. Recently shared a video where I did some Easter crafts and I used a crate and made some sort of like carrots for sale sign. So I thought I would just go ahead and recreate that because there's always so many different ways or views after a couple years of making something like, oh, I wish I would have done that. I wish I would have painted a different color or made it a little more simple or made it a little more fun or all the things. So I did use this little fence wood piece from Dollar Tree along with one of their crates, and then I'm going to go ahead and use the color truffle to paint both of them. Now I'm gluing the fence along the back side of the crate, and I did have to hold this down for a little while and just lay it on its side because I stood it up and it kind of started leaning a little bit. So I did have to just make sure that the glue dried. Now I'm adding moss, and the more I look at this video, I do realize that I missed a tiny side on the top to paint it, so I'm going to have to go back and do that. I added some of these carrots from Dollar Tree, and then I was going to add that bunny butt, but every time I was like going to add it, it just didn't look right to me. I think I tried multiple times. So let me know in the comments below if you would add the bunny butt or not. Like I just kept putting it in there. I'm like, I didn't like it. This chalkboard sign actually came from Dollar Tree a couple years ago, and I bought quite a few of them, so I still have a couple laying around and figured I would just add this carrots for sale sign right in here. And this is all I did for this one. I kind of kept this one simple just because I have so much color already for Easter, so I thought that this would just tone it down a notch. One of my favorite things to do with crates are make faux books. So I make these pretty much for every season, every holiday, every month. They're just super fun to make. I would prefer the crates without the handles on the sides, but at the same time, this one is just so much easier because it doesn't have the cracks through the sides of the crates. So I'm going to go ahead and paint this in the color Lavender, and this is by Waverly Chalk Paint. And then this is kind of what it looks like, and you're going to paint the top. You're going to paint absolutely everywhere. I'm going to go ahead and use some ribbon for this, and this is also from Dollar Tree. And then I'm just going to add some embellishments to this. Normally, I would add some sort of fun wording to these, but once you flip them upside down, they actually look like fake. It's like a fake book stack. So I went ahead and added a bow with some twine, added an egg to the top of this, and this is just one of the foam eggs. And like I said, normally I add some words to the side on each of them just to make it look more like a book, but I just thought this one was super fun for Easter. way to make these books, I am just going to go ahead and use these rub-on transfers from Dollar Tree and just cut out a couple things. You're going to see that I end up wrapping twine around this, and it did cover some of the rub-on transfer, which I wasn't really thinking at the time, but it's completely okay. You can always remove the twine. I never seem to like hot glue that just in case you want to change it. But I like the Simply Blessed wording, so I end up putting that on the two bottom of the faux books just to make it look and to distress it a little bit. Added the greenery to the side, and this is where I ended up covering those later on, but you could just kind of just leave it as is. It looks really cute. You don't have to do a ton of embellishments to the top. I think I'm kind of regretting, you're going to see in a second, like what I decided to add to the top of this. I think adding things to the top just makes it more fun. But I think I should have just made it plain. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you would do, or if you guys have made these faux books in the past. I've been making these for years now. I had this wreath in my craft stash, and this was originally from some sort of Dollar Tree sign, and then I'm just adding some hot glue, and I'm going to add a gingham bow. This is from Amazon. They come in like giant packs for pretty inexpensive, so I've been using the same bows for years on end because it came like a pack of 100 or 200. I'm never going to run out. But I just glued those to the top, and that is it. And that is it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, give it a thumbs up, and if you are new to my channel, I would love you to stick around and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye.